Hi, my name's Chris Kazmarek, and I'm one of Top Test Prep's ACT experts. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the science section of the ACT, which is probably the weirdest section for reasons that we'll talk about in a second. I've got three general strategies to be thinking of while you're working your way through the science section that we'll talk about today. The first of which is that this test really isn't about how much science you have already been taught. It's more about reading charts and graphs and not being scared by scientific words. The test will talk about things like meiosis, heat dispersion, and other scientific terms. However, the interesting thing is, it's not going to draw upon your previously gained knowledge of what these are. What it is going to ask you to do, however, is interpret charts and graphs based on the scientific concepts it's talking about. Therefore, instead of knowing science, you're going to have to know how to interpret charts and graphs. The second important thing about the science section is that it is the largest number of questions on the ACT crammed into the smallest number of space. So you're going to have to be answering the most number of questions per minute in this section as opposed to any other section. Therefore, you are going to have to be working pretty quickly to get through the science section. My biggest tip for getting through the science section quickly is to read the questions first and then look at the graph that corresponds to those questions, answer those questions, and move on. If you try to entirely familiarize yourself with every single piece of data that the section gives you, you're simply not going to have time to finish all of the questions. Finally, another tip on getting through the science section as fast as possible with the highest number of correct answers is to be trendy. Notice the trends that general graphs and charts are giving you. If you increase sodium in a given solution and the heat is going to increase as well, you don't need to read every single thing in a 10-part table. If you can notice a trend in 3 of these parts, then you can answer a question that is going to deal with the general trend that you're dealing with. Similarly, trends are going to be noticed in every single graph that you're dealing with and every single table that you're dealing with in the science section. So if you can identify these trends, you can answer questions a lot faster, get through the entire section, and maximize your score.